Hey everyone, thank you for stopping by my channel today. My intro for you today and today's video is pretty short and sweet. April is over. I've got some favorite beauty products that I've been using this month and I want to share them with you. Doing a favorites video are probably my most favorite to film because I'm talking about things that I feel really passionate about and it's actually super easy and I want to introduce them to you and bring them into your world if they are not already there. So if you're interested in finding out what I've been loving this last month, then just keep watching. So let's start with some drugstore items. This is by Rimmel. This is their version of the, contour palette that the drugstores are coming out with now. So it's got a blush and it's got a bronzer, contour bronzer, and a highlighter. And I actually really like this one. Everybody kind of raves about the one by Maybelline, and it's okay. I actually didn't like their blush selections because they were very pink, and the pink, when I would look at it in the store, it looked very, very chalky, and so it didn't even interest me. This blush, by comparison, is definitely more of a peach. Here's the peach blush, here's the highlighter, and then the contour is in between the two, and it's very, very subtle and very, very light. It is buildable. It is a little bit, you do have to work with it a little bit in order to truly intensely get it to show up, but as for lightly bronzing your entire face because it's not too cool and it's not too warm, I think it works out really well. I want to add that the highlighter in that trio is actually really good too. It's definitely nice and sheeny and reflective, but not so major that it just looks like I don't know, like a lot of drugstore highlighters wind up looking. It's very difficult to find a really amazing drugstore highlighter, and I was really impressed by Rimmel. By the way, this compact is called Coral Glow, and it's by the Kate Moss line. Even though I seemingly just dogged Maybelline and their contour palette, which is actually really good quality, it just wasn't my color preference. But anyway, I do have a Maybelline product that made it into my favorites this month because I have two conflicting statements to make to you right now. I am so over liquid lipsticks and I am very fickle. So basically I'm so over liquid lipsticks right now, but I might change my mind in the future, so don't yell at me if I do. But I'm tired of my lips being so dry and sticky and having to over moisturize in the evenings to compensate for the dryness that the liquid lipstick gave me. I don't care how comfortable a formula you have, because there are definitely some that are better than others in the liquid lipstick market, but they all are drying by nature because they can't be long wearing unless they are somewhat dry on your lips. So I'm tired of it, and I have decided to go the alternate route when it comes to lipsticks that are long wearing, and I've really been loving lately the Maybelline matte lipsticks that they came out with a little while ago. These are not brand new, but I was apparently so stuck on the liquid lipsticks that I didn't pay any attention to these, and I find that they are long wearing because they are matte, but they're a creamy matte, so they don't dry you out like crazy. I've got three colors. One I'm wearing right now, Daringly Nude, and it's just a really pretty pinky nude. It's definitely more in the pink family when it comes to nudes. Another one that I'm liking right now from them is called Clay Crush. It's like a terracotta like orangey brown. Instead of a pinky brown, it's like an orangey brown. And my daring color that I decided to pick up is called Lust for Blush, and it's a purple pink, and it's bright for those days where you need a little color on your lips. Something that I consider to be kind of drugstore pricing but that you can't get at the drugstore is by Makeup Geek. She released some new matte and shimmer shadows. I even got a new Z palette so I could put them in there. I will be doing a review and kind of commentary on the shadows that I selected. This is what they look like, so pretty. I really do adore her shadows. Sometimes I feel as if there's a bit of powder pickup, but you know what? I used to think that I loved MAC the best, but sometimes MAC shadows are so dense you don't get any powder at all. So by comparison, I'd rather have a little bit of powder pickup where she's got really good color pigmentation. I prefer that now over some of the very densely packed, can't really get any color out of the pan shadows by MAC. In the corner here, I've got some purpley grays, this little trio right here. That is actually what I'm wearing on my eyes today. And like I said, I will be doing a review and commentary on these Makeup Geek shadows. I have another palette to chat about. This is by Benefit. It's called their Cheekathon, and one of you guys highlighted to me when I was talking about my Sephora VIB sale. I believe that was when I picked up Rockateur, and one of you guys commented that you picked up this, and I was like, how did I not know what that was? I don't know how I missed the memo. So it comes with 4 blushes plus Hoola. I mean, a compact and a palette that has Hoola in it. You can't go wrong, because you know I live for Hoola. So in it is actually Rockateur, which I just indicated I bought individually, so I could take it with me individually, or I could include it as part of a collection. That was the little brush that just fell out. It also comes with Dandelion, which is this pinky one. It comes with Coralista, super popular, which is the peachy based one. And then the one that's kind of like a pinky brown, is called Dallas, and that's this guy right here. So I love all of them. I just love all of them. P.S. This was in the 50s. I forget exactly, but this was 50 something dollars. And the blushes are like major full size. Let me just show you one more time. This is like major full size blushes, and they're like about $30 a blush, I think, something like that. High 20s, low 30s. And so for 50 something dollars, you get to sample and have a selection of all of them, and yet you still wind up getting a lot. So I think this is an incredibly good deal, and I'm okay that I missed it during the Sephora VIB sale because, again, good deal all on its own. I picked up a bronzer. This is from Urban Decay. It's called the Beacjed bronzer, so it has a little palm tree on the front. Oh, so cute. So here's the deal, and this is why I mention it, because this might not apply to everyone. In the pan, it looks pretty orange, and I keep hearing people on YouTube say, well, you know, you gotta be careful with the orangey bronzers. And yes, you do. But you know what? I distinctly have a yellow undertone to my skin. I am wearing this, not as a contour, I've got Hoola as a contour, but I've warmed up my face with this particular bronzer. And without rhyme or reason, I think it looks really nice. I mean, if you can nicely tell me in the comment section below if you don't think it looks good, but I think it looks good. And so the idea that a bronzer can't touch on having like a hint of orange, or like, I don't want to say orange, but like a hint of peach to it. This is the shade called Sunkissed. This is the lighter of the two, because the one called, I forget, Beached or Bronzed or something, the one that's slightly darker, just looked like it was too dark for me. When I wear bronzers that are not too dark, but when they're too like brown, it looks like dirt on my face. And I think that has something to do with my undertone, my yellow undertone. So my point is, don't be so concerned with what the rules might be. Utilize the samples like at Sephora or Ulta or whatever, and try them on. And if you've got something like yellow skin undertones, this might work out pretty nicely for you. Couple more things. I've got by Bobbi Brown, you can't see that. This is called the Face Touch-Up Stick. And the reason I like this is because I mentioned I have allergies, I blow my nose all the time. So this is like a foundation stick, but it's meant to be portable and it's meant to travel, and that's exactly what I do with it. I take it with me all day because I consistently and all the time wipe away the foundation that I have applied on my nose and kind of right around here. So I was using the Maybelline Fit Me concealer as a foundation filler, let's say, but I felt like that was just a little bit too thin. It wasn't giving me the coverage I needed, and because it was so thin, it was spreading out further than I needed it to go. I really just needed to focus on my nose. I think I might need some now. My nose looks a little pink. But this winds up being great for being on the run, or I sit like this a lot, or I put the phone against my cheek. And so as you can kind of see sometimes during the day, your foundations start to wear away, no matter what kind of foundation you're wearing. I don't use the original Bobbi Brown foundation stick. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but I just don't use it. But I do use this as my foundation filler during the day. Plus it's so tiny, and I like that too. I also picked up a couple of scents, which I don't usually do. I pretty much stick to kind of the same. I'm very picky when it comes to perfumes and stuff. And I watch on YouTube when they show their perfume collection, they've got like 85 different bottles. I'm like, oh my gosh, that gives me anxiety. But Estee Lauder releases every year their Bronze Goddess scent, and I had smelled it in the past, and this is what was interesting about this scent. I had smelled it in the bottle. It smells like beach, and I can't really explain it any other way. it really just smells like the beach. It just reminds you of summer, which is kind of why they release it only once a year. When I would smell it in the store, I wasn't blown over. It didn't, I enjoyed the scent, but it didn't make me take out my credit card. Well, one day I decided to try it on, and I think it smells a little different on me. And I've heard that, perfumes mix with your own pheromones? Pheromones? That sounds like cats. Your own body odors, perfumes and scents and fragrances mix in with that, and that's why sometimes different perfumes smell different on different people. Well, in the translation from the bottle to my skin, I smell so amazing when I wear this. Like, I enjoy smelling myself. I get wafts of myself as I'm walking around, and I'm like, oh yeah, I smell good. The other scent that I got, which also in my explanation of it is going to sound complicated, I got Stella by Stella McCartney. I have been admiring this scent so much because I kept getting samples of it, with a Sephora purchase or in sample fragrance bags. I think I've even gotten samples from Ulta with it. And so I would wear it, and again, I would be so impressed with the way that I smelled, and I thought, oh my gosh, that perfume is so great. My husband and I would go to the store, and I would be like, okay, I'm gonna buy this. Let's just smell it one more time. And we would kind of smell it in the store, and I would already have perfume on, my own, from home, and we'd be standing in the perfume section. Every time we would smell Stella in Sephora, for example, we were like, oh no, that's no good. What is that? And then I'd go home and wear the sample again, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, why didn't I pick it up? So there's something in the translation in the stores as well. Or perhaps, again, maybe it just smells good on me. Do I have like an awesome collection of the pheromone stuff that just impresses perfumes and makes them smell so much better on me? I have no idea. But I delayed buying this for so long, which is why, ironically, I have 2 new scents for this month, because like I said, I barely ever buy perfume. So anyway, Stella has come into my family, and you can't smell me, but it's a very... it's a seductive sort of scent. I'm just gonna leave it at that, because it's not floral, it's not sweet, it's very sexy. The last thing I wanna talk about was, I believe, a 100-point perk that I got from Sephora. It's by Boscia. It's the black and white charcoal mud mask. What do they officially call it? They officially call it the charcoal, okay, that's hilarious. The charcoal pore pudding. And what you see on the outside, this little black and white, is actually what's inside in the tube, although I've been using it, so it looks a little bit messy. So this is definitely higher priced than what you would find at the drugstore. And I do have some charcoal masks from the drugstore. I am perpetually, because I break out and I've got oily skin, I do have large pores that get nasty. And so I am consistently always trying to clear them out. I will be purchasing the full size of this once this little sample size runs out. I think there's something to be said for, one, switching up your products. So even though I've already got other charcoal products, I don't think it would hurt to switch it up a little bit, and I think your skin might actually appreciate it. Also, it is costlier, and so I might not prefer to use it all of the time, but it would be nice to indulge in it every once in a while. The reason I enjoyed this mask is because I used it, and a few days later I started breaking out. But it wasn't a breakout because it irritated my skin. I really believe it was cleaning out my pores. And in order to clean them out, they have to come out. And if you've got trouble with acne, which I already do, it might lead you to break out. And so very rarely in my life am I happy that I actually started breaking out, because I felt like I was actually cleaning out my pores. And I could tell, as much as the naked eye could see, I could tell that my pores were looking cleaner. And so that's always a good goal, right? So that's it. Those are my favorites for the month of April. What have you been loving this month? Please let me know. Based on one of your comments, I went out and I bought the Cheekathon because I was so fascinated. I still can't believe I didn't know about it. But anyway, definitely leave me a comment down below of what you've been loving this past month. I am on Instagram and Twitter. If you have a minute, check me out over there. Before you go, please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And if you're not already a subscriber, please just click on the button and be one of my G crew. In the meantime, I hope you have a really good day, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks.
I prefer something with like a point. But honestly, when you get to the point of the long wearing of the liquid lipsticks, by then it's like you have crusty lips. It's just